some time to just breathe. I'm sitting in my storage unit right now. All of my vending stuff is in the storage unit. I actually came here to drop off a box and to pick up a couple of things. So I am 9 weeks pregnant. I realized that I am bigger earlier this pregnancy because I've already been pregnant before. So my uterus has already been conditioned to expand. My muscles around my uterus aren't as tight and holding it in as it was when I was pregnant the first time. So this time, even though I'm only 9 weeks, I'm definitely showing a lot. Boobs are still getting bigger and bigger. This one has been really sore lately, like especially when I'm laying down, trying to sleep. It can get really sore and just feel swole. But it tends to like ease up throughout the day, so that's a good thing. I woke up today feeling very melancholy, and I'm smiling because I don't even know. Like, there were so many things that I wanted to do today. I just didn't know where to start. But yeah, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to go to the park. I also wanted to go by the river. I wanted to hike. I wanted to sit and make some waist beads. To go and visit an elder today that has been calling me about waist beads. To clean my car out. Just so many things, and I just didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to start. But even as I'm speaking about it now, I realize of all of those things that I wanted to do, they're all centered around grounding myself. And I think that was the most, like, that's what needed to be done. Even if I didn't know exactly how it needed to happen, I knew that I wanted to ground. So a lot of my journey and understanding going into my Saturn return right now is to not only just see a higher perspective, but get deeper into my passion. So even if I'm doing like 5 different things, or I have 5 different ideas, or just so many thoughts going on, they're all rooted in something that's similar, that's coming from one place, because I'm like, it's all coming from me, and it's coming from one place, one need, one desire, one true thing that I need and that I want. It just comes outward like so many different things and so many different avenues, and like a major crossroad all the time. So for me, I have to first take a higher perspective and just analyze each one of these things like I did today. Like, all of those things that I wanted to do was being outside, being in nature, being to myself, just being around the water element and the earth element. I didn't want to like diagnose myself as being frustrated or just say I'm frustrated. So I was just in this feeling like I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm just gonna eat some fruit. I had some oranges and grapes and some water. Then I'm gonna get myself, dressed and just keep moving. Just keep moving and see how the day unfolds. And that's what I decided to do. And I didn't really make a decision to do that. I just knew, okay, I'm going to do one thing at a time. And the first thing that I can do is go to the storage and drop this stuff off. If I happen to pass the car wash and it's good conditions, I'll get my car washed. But some part of me just didn't want to be so set on this one thing, because I feel like that's what was causing this frustration with me, because there were so many things and I just didn't know where. So I'm learning to like have this higher perspective so I can see each thing and really, really tap into my own flow so that I can go with my own flow and not be so rigid. So I ended up here. Like I said, I got here to drop some stuff off, and the rain just got really heavy, and I didn't have my phone. I have some sage and stuff here, some crystals and things that I take with me when I'm vending. So I pulled out some sage, lit some sage, grabbed all of these notebooks, and I just began to read. And I just sat here and just read. There's a lot of books that I have here in the storage too that I wanted, but I didn't want to start grabbing so many things because that's been this issue that I'm working through. Just taking on too much. So I know that I needed to go back and review my own works, my own words, my own advice to myself, my spirit-driven thoughts and plans. So I got out my notebooks, and I just started reading. And I saged myself, and I took some time to just breathe and just to be one with the water because it was raining pretty hard. And at first I was thinking, damn, how did I get stuck in the storage room? And how I want to record, and this is the perfect opportunity. But then I paused and like, okay, I don't have my phone. I'm not going to force something. I'm just going to be right here and utilize what I have around me. And I feel like that small thing is the key for me to seeing the big picture, because I know that I have to not force anything and just try to push to make something happen, but to really like take in all of my resources and see where they're leading me and what they're centered in, because like I said, there's always a common denominator. Speaking has been one of the most beneficial things for me. Speaking. And I know that it's going to be one of the most beneficial things for this change that's happening within me and this growth that I do feel inside of me. It's important for me to speak how I feel, because when I don't, all of these feelings just fester and they just start moving and accumulating in me, and it can get really chaotic inside until I put it out and I voice it so that I can be assured as to how I really feel. I don't know a better way to describe it, and I really just don't want to think of a better way to describe it because I know how it feels. I'm just watching this woodpecker. This woodpecker is so freaking mesmerizing because it has a bright red head, and my dear sister friend that I love so much, she has red hair. Well, she had dyed her hair red, and she's an Aries, and I have a lot of Aries friends. Some of my closest friends are Aries. I bond with fire signs pretty well. And she's like a go-getter. She's definitely a go-getter. She just envisions something and then she just go after it. She don't really give herself time to be in fear. And it's not about being fearless. It's just not allowing the fear to make you stagnant or hinder you or keep you from moving and going after. And this woodpecker just reminds me of that, because the woodpecker represents consistency and determination and analyzing the details, paying attention to every little thing. You can like Google things about animals, or you can just pay attention to them and their actions and their physical features all come together to like create this broad like meaning and representation that they have in this world and in this life. So with this one being black, it has a little bit of white here, which I feel is just like a purity of expression. Black, I definitely feels like just feel a lot of wisdom and a lot of like crone energy. And this red head is just really like alertness, detail oriented, going after, not giving up, not being pressured, setting a tone. So like when you watch a woodpecker, they kind of start low and they work their way up. And if you notice them, they're looking and they're feeling for like any slight movement of bugs and critters, insects in the wood. They're listening, and any time they feel anything, see anything, they move and they start like hammering away to get to what they need. And they keep doing this, and they'll be there for a very long time, and then they'll go to another tree or another post and they'll do the same thing. So for that woodpecker to be in front of me right now, I just feel like there's a message there, of course, and I feel it's to not give up, to keep working at it, and to really like have a true faith in myself and my abilities and what I'm here to do. Because like I said, all of these thoughts and ideas and these passions and all of these things that I collect and grab, all of these resources, they're all rooted in the same thing. They're all rooted in a very similar passion that is a part of my destiny. And the best way for me to really get to that, not be afraid to analyze them, to analyze each one of them, not look at my ideas and my thoughts and my resources as burdens for me, because they are all here for a reason. I want to do these things for a reason. So really getting into that reason and where they all point will help me to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture and a deeper meaning, because as above, so below. So, so that I can really hone in and figure out which one is the most important to work on in this moment. Not that I have to kill everything else, but in the moment, I can give so much of my energy, so much of my attention, so much of my dedication to something that truly matters to get me to that next step, to be able to utilize this other idea or this other passion project or whatever it may be. So it's a lot, but that's what's necessary. I'm so grateful that I ended up in the storage room, stuck in the rain, on a Thursday. I'm glad that I followed my intuition and I was led here. And I'm not going to force myself to figure out the rest of the day. I am just going to flow and take care of whatever is most important. Wow, there's 2 woodpeckers now.